about to really hurt some people's feelings. So if you a little sensitive, you might as well turn this joint off right now. Okay?
Hello, guys. I'm Tiana J, and I'm in my second year of law school.
And I am Kay. I am a third year law student.
And you guys are watching New Orleans meets New York in law school. So this episode, we're going to speak about code switching. So code switching is kind of like alternating the way you speak, the way you articulate words. Also, when I think of code switching, I just think about how you alternate the way you behave, the things you wear, hairstyles and things of that nature. And this episode we're just going to discuss code switching in general, like code switching in a professional world, code switching in law school, and just like the way we have to switch up our style just to fit in. Right. And I know for me, I definitely had the code switch in law school. The way I speak, I know I talk super fast. Like, I don't know if that's a Bronx thing or just a family thing, because my family.
Because I'm talking to you, I'm like, huh? What's going on?
Some people like slow down, So I try like to slow it down when I'm talking, but definitely I felt like in law school I had to speak differently, At home or when I'm speaking with my friends, I might use slang, or slang refers to the Bronx like, oh, yo, what's up? How you doing? In class, I'm not going to speak like that. Hello, how you doing today? How's everybody doing? So it's different code switching. And I remember a time when I code switched with Kay&Tiyana, and I seen someone I thought looked like, handsome. I'm like, oh, he looks very nice. She like,
yeah, he looks very nice today. I was like, what's going on?
And usually I'm like, he look fine, okay? He is fine.
Baby got it going on.
Got it going on. Baby definitely got it going on. But do you feel like you had the code switch when you came to law school?
When I came to law school, I would say no, because I've been doing it so long. It's like it's not switching anymore.
Right.
So people sometimes when they work with me, they don't even know my real accent. Like they don't know where I'm from originally. They just see you just like, oh, okay, I know you lived in Texas before. But it's like they don't know my real accent because I've been doing it for so long. It's kind of like when we think about code switch, we think about languages, right? Originally, it's like if you're from London and then you come here, like you're speaking a different type of English,
right?
And then like Idris Elba, he has like this huge accent,
okay.
And when he's in movies, he speaks like us. So that's kind of like how I do it, except it's like with an accent and typically, I don't speak with my accent if I'm in a certain environment. Right. So I've been doing it for so long. So for law school, I didn't feel like I had to do it. It was already very, very natural. So, not knowing my real accent is kind of like what I've been doing for a long time. You know my real accent.
Girl, yes. When she get mad, be coming out. I love it. She's like, babe. I was like, say it again. I love that for New Orleans. Like, can you just say it again? So definitely, like, accents do come out, especially when you're upset or like when you just excited. I feel like that's when you really, really hear someone ask me like, oh, you don't always talk like that, you know? But definitely, what do you feel like was your earliest time of code switching? Like, when did you come in?
No, do you feel like you say you had to switch for law school, right? Okay, so I answer your question. What's your question?
I had to switch. Not saying I didn't know, the game of switching, but I just feel like, that for particular time for law school, definitely have to like, okay, got to talk like this today,
Right.
And then after that, scream on Zoom is like, girl, ooh, what's up?
Like it's like people who just unbutton their pants.
Right, like, oh, God.
It's tight, and then you just free afterwards, It's kind of like that. So,
definitely.
So me, my earliest time would definitely have to be when we left New Orleans. So we've been living, we grew up in New Orleans, was born in New Orleans, raised in New Orleans, but we left when I was like 10, 11 years old, right? So after that, you think everybody speaks like you. That's the thing too. You don't really know that other people don't have an accent
when you
until
move.
you get around them,
Definitely.
and then you get in a different place. I remember asking someone, hey, you going to the store? They say, do you want something? I say, yeah, I want a cold drink. And it was like, oh, so you don't like hot stuff? So I'm like, oh no, not a cold drink, like not that. It's just kind of like what they called, girl, give me a soda. I was like, oops, soda.
Right.
And you said it differently. Oh, can I have a soda?
Can I have a soda?
But it's really like if I'm with someone and they know, it's like, oh, give me a cold drink, something like that. Or if I'm saying something differently, like even a friend's name, like people in New Orleans say Carl. I mean, they don't say Carl, they say curl. So it's like, I remember talking to him. He was like, people from New Orleans say my name different. I was like, oh, really? My mom.
With the accent. Okay.
Right, with the accent. So, yeah, my earliest moments will have to be when I moved from New Orleans. And we've been back since, like, spending summers. Family is there. I've also lived there. I lived there before Katrina. I wasn't there during Hurricane Katrina, so I don't know what that was like. But, like, right before Katrina, I actually went back home. And then all that stuff happened.
Right.
So it was kind of like, cool. I really dodged a bullet there. But I've been having to do that for a long time. And it's just to make me feel comfortable as well. Because I want to make sure I'm articulating and, you know, just saying things where you understand me. And I know it's hard if you have an accent.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So what about you? What is your earliest time of realizing that you had to do that?
I think school. I went to Catholic school, so my family is not really religious, you know, like they're not Catholic at all. So that was like the earliest time as far as like, yeah, the way I speak, but also the way I carry myself. Right. In Catholic school, like you have to make sure your tie is tied tight. You got to make sure your shoes is a certain type of way. Like you can't be late. It's just like, it's like boarding school, it's like military a little bit. So I feel like that was like my earliest stage of knowing like, hey, I got to switch up at certain places, you know? So I would definitely say school. When I first got my first job, but I would definitely say school for real. It's when I first felt like, yeah, I got to code switch. You know, my family is a little different. We're a little different. And to fit in, I have to talk this way. I got to dress this way. You know, like my uniform have to be this way. And if my uniform is wrinkled, people are looking at me and my parents a certain type of way. Like, why you let your child come to school like that? You know, so I feel like that was like the earliest stage you knew like, okay, I got to switch up or I got to present myself a certain type of way, you know? So I feel like my earliest stage is definitely school.
Okay.
Do you feel like you had to switch up your style for like ever like for a position, like a job or things of that nature?
I think, you know, sometimes people see you, right? And if you look just like real cute or if you just dressy, let's say dressy, because a lot of people are cute, right? Even if you dress down. But let's talk about like if you super dressy. Right. I've been on a professional interview within the last few years and I remember just popping in and the interviewer was like, oh wow, you know? And my nervousness, right? My nervousness went away instantly. I was very, very comfortable because I'm like, oh, this person, I got this job. Right. You know,
this job is in the bag,
right? It's in the bag. Kept smiling. I'm like, oh, I got this. Right. You know, and
good looks pay off sometime, right?
Right. I know that. My friend, we working hard the night before. Girl, you better remember this. I'm like, oh my God, this is about to be the hardest thing ever. Right. Then that's none of those questions. Was really interested in getting to know who I was and why I was just dressed so nice, why I looked so nice. You know, like more like presentation, you know, like, oh, this very nice. You know, a lot of people not even getting dressed up no more. You know, it was a Zoom interview too. Right. Girl, a lot of people not even dressed up, you know, had my little stuff on top and then at the bottom, pajamas. But I'm thinking like, yeah, a lot of people don't dress up no more. Right. Meanwhile, pajamas and some fluffy slippers, you know, but on that Zoom, you look so right, you know, I'm here. From the top up. So they couldn't see that. So I would say definitely when you dress a certain way, I've seen my little cousin get a job like that. She walks in and the manager was like, you so nice. You just look so nice. You're hired. And she came out within like a minute. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. They want to hire it, you know, and she said, no, girl, I got it. I said, hey. Okay. Right. You know, so what about you? Do you feel like sometimes when you dress a certain way that you're, you know, more prone to getting that job? Or do you feel like maybe not?
Definitely. Like if I go in a job interview and I'm wearing an afro and I'm like, yeah, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? I'm not getting that job. I am not getting that job. They're going to think I'm uneducated. They're going to think like, you know, why should we hire you? And all in reality, if I go in there, hair flat iron, you know, nice weave, suit on. I'm like, hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? And I start speaking, you know, the way that they want me to present myself or want me to speak. They're like, oh, yeah, she's educated. And in reality, like, I am educated. I might not present myself that way today. So I definitely feel like that plays a major role in how you carry yourself, how you wear your hair. And actually, I am educated. But if I was even going to a job interview like this, they would... Especially like, with allegedly, girl.
Allegedly, we was hiring.
Allegedly, we might hire you. Yeah. But allegedly, you came in here with that afro. Yeah. And we don't like that.
The job was posted, allegedly.
Allegedly. You know? Allegedly, so we got somebody already. So I definitely feel like, yeah, you have to code switch. That's just a part of the game, you know? But I definitely want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Would you represent a client, right? Let's just say a murder trial or a trial in particular, and you have braids in your hair, like straight backs, looking like Cleo, you know? Would you feel comfortable with the straight backs, walking there in the suit? Like, would you feel comfortable? Do you feel like you got to switch up your hairstyle?
So braids in general, let's start there.
Okay.
Braids, absolutely. I can wear my hair. I've seen women look beautiful in court. They're pinning those braids up. Now the Cleo thing, I'm not wearing no straight backs in court. You know, even if it's like flowing, because now we've kind of went to another level, right?
Yeah, we wearing braids and stuff now.
Braids,
okay,
and it's like designs.
We could be ourselves now.
These stylists are very, very talented. Shout out to my stylist. She pregnant right now, but just shout out to her. I just love her. Aww. But she do my straight backs. I love straight backs, and I love to wear them long and nice and flowy. Right. But will I represent a client? No, because the perception is everything. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when we hear things and it's like, oh, that's a term of art. Right? Mm-hmm. I feel like you can look like a certain way and they'll just be like, like the jury or exactly. And then next thing you know, my client is just perceived differently because of me. So I would say absolutely not. I would wear other type of braids, absolutely, because you can make them look very professional, no matter what. So what about you? Would you wear straight backs or would you wear long braids? Like just, I saw this girl that Chick-fil-A, her braids were like all the way down. So how long would you wear? And would you wear straight backs? Like, would you feel comfortable wearing straight backs?
Definitely. I feel like I would feel comfortable. Like right now I have dreads in, and I'm going to court. I feel like definitely, like you said, the perception is everything. I definitely want to build my reputation where people respect me, as a person. Mm-hmm. I think that people are always going to judge you no matter where you going and, the walk of life. If I'm going to court, they're going to judge me by the type of suit I have on. How tight is my, how tight is my suit? What type of shoes I have on? If my teeth is white. I feel like people are going to judge you for anything. And I definitely created a nonprofit called the Jury Link Up. Mm-hmm. And it was just basically focusing and educating people on jury diversity. And I feel like that's another thing too. If we get in diverse jurors, I feel like we wouldn't have to feel like we have to change ourselves so much, just to represent a client. I definitely agree with you with the representation and how you carry yourself. If you're going in with straight backs, people might think like, well, she might look like the criminal, But I also feel like if I go in there with a ponytail and they don't like my suit, they might think differently, or my skin color, Mm-hmm. So I definitely feel like representation is everything, mm-hmm. And I definitely want to build that confidence where Black little girls all over the world or minorities feel comfortable being themselves walking in the courtroom. So one day I am going to walk in there with straight backs and my client's going to get up and I'm going to be like, I hopefully like that inspired people to just be themselves. So where we at right now, I definitely agree with you on that. But I definitely like, I feel like that's why I became a lawyer, to change the whole dynamic, and hopefully I can really do that. But I definitely agree with you on like, people will look at me different. But hopefully like, as life go on, we get a lot of different people, diversity people in professions feeling comfortable. We could be like, okay, I could go in there with straight backs, maybe not straight backs, maybe other different type of braids, but like, we here with dreads, we okay with dreads. So hopefully one day we'll get to straight backs,
So I can understand that, making people comfortable, going to the next level, making people feel comfortable enough to go to the next level. Absolutely. But I think all in all, one thing you read about is that they should be focused on the case, not the straight backs.
They might be focused on how you built too, girl.
Right? It's like a distraction.
Right, like, man, so she got a big booty. I'm definitely going for that case. So you never know. Like,
but her right there.
I like that lawyer.
What you say to that juror, they ain't go, they're not changing their mind.
It's life. It's still life.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've seen, like, you see so many things, you hear so many things, and I'm just like so surprised. So it's just like, sometimes it's some crazy things that go on.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I agree. I think that, initially they're going to be like, oh, she crazy.
Right.
But then when someone sees something is just inspiring and people want to try things that are working. Right. And if it works, people are going to want to try it.
And you might stand out. You might see somebody say, what?
You're definitely going to stand out.
Right. Like she's brave. Somebody might be like, she's brave. I like that. Right. So you never know how people perceive you. You never know. You might think it's bad and it might be good. They might never see nothing like you, but you know what? This is what I like. So you just never know.
Always make things look nice.
Yep.
That's one thing.
I beat my face.
Right? And then you could put what's some little things they be wearing around in here, like people.
Oh, the headband?
Yeah, the little headband.
Oh, yeah, the headband definitely gonna think I'm Cleo.
No, but like a little, the little sparkly
No, I get what you're saying. Make it a little, girly, I guess.
Up a little bit. So let me see what questions I wrote for you. Well, let's talk about the gala. Ooh. The gala, oh my God, that was one of the best experiences of law school for me. Definitely. I love the gala. So the gala is pretty much a time where not only you can network and meet other people, but you just celebrate the excellence
Yes.
The excellence. You see, everybody looks so beautiful.
Absolutely.
You know, I love that so much. Everyone looks nice, speak nice. They're very well educated.
Speaking of nice, let me pull up these pictures that we have.
Yes, pull up those pictures, girl.
Yes, definitely.
That is actually the prosecutor, one of the prosecutors from the Derek Chauvin trial.
Yeah.
So nice, so sweet. Look at Tiana on them stairs.
Yes, look at us,
That's
girl.
me and Tiana.
Okay, we did not come to play.
Right? Hey, Miss Slay. Okay, so that's me and the prosecutor, Mr. I think Blackwell. Jerry Blackwell, yes. So he
Shout
was
out
just
to
so
him.
nice. Yeah,
Definitely.
His
speech was everything.
He had people feeling like, I don't belong here. Right? They felt like out of place because they were just like, oh my God. Like,
but it was
so
real.
Amazing.
What he said was real.
Everything he said was real. Mm-hmm. He was just an amazing person. I was just so honored to be there that night. Also,
okay,
right, very nice. I was just so happy to be there, and I just loved just every moment. Like, he was nice, everything was nice, you know.
Definitely. And this is a slideshow we have with everybody.
Yeah, we have some people, so it was just very, very nice. Yeah. Everyone looks great. Everyone was nice. And then they had anything you want to say before we go to the after party? Talking about the after party?
Let's talk about the after party. I would say that it was good energy there. I like the fact that they gave back to a lot of students.
All the law schools were there, not ours.
Not just ours. A lot of Black excellence, and it was other people there to support Black excellence, and I feel like that too. Like, here in the community, I have went to other organizations, supported people, and that's what I like about this community. Everybody supports everybody. I could definitely say that. Like, definitely.
I love that too. They even had performers. Everyone was just not Black, but they were celebrating, Black excellence.
Dancing, and, having a good time.
That guy stole my soul. The one that sung the song. I was like, I thought I was singing. It was like inside me. Like, when I tell you his voice, everything was just amazing, from the speaker to the singer. Man, it was so nice. And then it was the turn up. Like how we do when we in law school.
Yes, let's go to the turn up.
We just had one of the speakers here, Jackson, that was here.
Pull up the turn up.
There go Jackson right there.
We were not going to play. What?
We're just vibing.
that was a litty night. That was a litty night.
That was a nice night. And everyone was very respectful to one another. Everyone had a good time. No drama, no fighting. Yeah. Everyone is literally just having a good time. No violence at all. Like, nothing.
Yeah, that's us.
Oh yeah, that's me. Me and Tiana, of course, we hang together.
I don't know what song that was.
I think that. Well, I don't know.
Hold on, wait a nah.
Oh yeah, I think it was.
Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just had a good time, and everybody was just so dope. Like, that's one of my favorite experiences of law school. That, the organizations, meeting wonderful people. I love our dean. She's just so classy, so dope, and she really wants to help. She really wants you to pass the bar on the first try. Like, she like.
Let's talk about the joke we played on her.
Oh yeah, so we played a joke. Do you have that picture? Look for the picture, Tiana.
Okay. I'm gonna look for it
real quick. So Tiana basically sent me this photo, and she was like, "I don't care. This is what I'm wearing." And I was like, "What?" And I'm thinking, of course, Tiana is playing. She's not wearing this, but I
would never. But I just wanted to spice it up a little bit.
Right. I told the same joke to the dean. You could go on the one you sent to me, to the iPhone.
I'm looking for. We got so many. Oh, okay. The other one.
You found it for the iPhone? Yeah. Pull that one up.
Let me find it.
It's basically like something that would not have been professional. So I just wanted to see how the dean was going to respond to it. And she's one of the deans, not the law school dean, but she's one of the deans. And I remember her saying, "Oh, I would personally stand by the door and make sure she's escorted out." I was like, "Oh no!" But we didn't tell her who it was. We just said, it's one student who is just having some trouble figuring out what she wants to wear. And I said, she said that she's just gonna do her. And the dean is like, "Well, this is not the place to do her.
This is not the place for her to do her."
And I said, "Well, she's not listening to that, dean. So what do we tell her?" So, we're gonna show you that picture. But it was just so funny. But we told her, hey, she's gonna wear this to the gala. One thing I want to say about the galas too is that they have a lot of them across the country.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've seen people from, I think it was like Mississippi. They definitely have them in Texas. They have it in Florida. So they have their own galas for the law school. So that was one of my favorite experiences.
Oh man, I can't find it.
Go to my number. Cause
I went to it.
My iPhone?
Which one? What number is your iPhone?
My iPhone 404.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, go to that 404 and then you'll see it. But I want to show it to y'all because it was just so funny. She was really on pins and needles. Like, please do not let her.
She's like, I'm at the door because she's not finna embarrass me. She's not finna embarrass the school.
Right.
Just in general, but that was definitely funny.
Yeah, that was a good night. So I just hope everybody, tune in to learn about the experiences that we have on our very last episode, which is the next one.
I definitely have it. I have it now.
You have it? Okay, go ahead, Tiana.
Pull it up.
Pull that picture up.
Bang! I said, I'm wearing this to the gala, and I don't care what nobody said.
We told D. Allison. D. Allison was like, nah, we ain't doing that.
She's like, who is the student?
Who is trying to make me tell her who the student is, but it wasn't no student that was
It was just a joke, guys. I would never.
Yeah. But I just want to say, and shout out to that person, but for the gala.
Yeah, because she looks amazing, whoever this young lady is. That outfit is amazing. But for the gala,
no, we couldn't do it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Tiana, if you want to send us off, I don't know. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Send us off,
thank you guys for tuning in. This episode has been great. I hope you guys, observed our jewels and our experience just speaking about code switching. I know many people can relate. Thank you guys for tuning in. You are watching New Orleans Meets New York in Law School. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, guys.